Hi, I'm Richard Randall, and welcome to The Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Colorado Springs Real Estate Authority. Barb Schlinker. Barb Schlinker is a retired Navy veteran. She's an author. Barb is a pilot, and she enjoys all that the Springs has to offer with her amazing team. Barb, always great to be talking with you. Now, we air the Real Estate Voice show every Saturday, and if you cannot listen to the entire show because you're going to or from, it's available on Barb's site, barbhasthebuyers.com, or just go ahead and search Barb Schlinker, Schlinker, on most of the popular podcast platforms, iHeart Radio. Look, every week, the Real Estate Voice covers great information about people's primary assets. That, in most cases, is going to be the home. So, Barb, what are we going to be covering today?
Well, Richard, I'm very excited to talk about what's going on locally in the real estate market because it is cooling down a bit. It's not terrible. We're still getting showings. We're still getting contracts. We're still getting offers. It's just that it's not the bidding war world that we got to enjoy from COVID all the way through April. So we'll talk about that and really how to prepare for a market that's adjusting to be more of a normalized market. And then the second subject is really near and dear to my heart because I deal with this every single day. When a home goes under contract, there's an inspection, the buyer comes in and asks for stuff. And sometimes they're ridiculous. Sometimes they're right, but it is a very frustrating process for most home sellers. They're oftentimes very afraid of it. I've had clients in tears over these things, and we're going to talk about basically the top 9 tips to avoid the fear of home inspections for your Colorado area home. And then the third topic is about the 27 easy fix-up tips to give your home a competitive edge when you're selling. And the last one is how to get multiple cash offers on your home. And as always, I love covering my hot new listings. Richard?
And they are hot. They're great. I look forward to that as well. Barb, it seems like it was just a short time ago. We were talking about lots of bidding wars, almost constantly. Bidding wars on homes and buyers struggling to get their offers accepted. Now, along with interest rates rising, it appears the market is changing, and it's changing quickly. Do you think people who are considering a move in the future should move up their schedule?
Well, that's a really good question. That's the $1 million question. You know, I look at every week, I kind of study what the experts are saying. But overall, there's a belief that the market values will continue to rise, but it's not going to be at the pace that we saw for the last few years. We went from 2015, 16, 8% appreciation, 11% appreciation. In 2021, we went all the way up to 22% or 24% appreciation. That's a first timer for this market, to be honest with you. I've been in business since 1997, and I have never seen the average price rise that quickly in just 1 year. So that was an anomaly, and we're coming off that anomaly. So not every home is going to have a bidding war. We're also seeing a rise of inventory, available homes for sale in the market. So when you have more supply and you have this kind of steady demand, it's going to kind of slow down the rabid desire for homes that we've seen over the past 18 to 20 months. So should they move up their schedule? I don't know. My gut feel is make the schedule work with your plan, make it work for you. You're still going to do well no matter what. We've had banner appreciation over the past 5 to 8 years. You're going to come out very, very well. If you are planning to sell, though, in the winter, and you are thinking about making a move during that time, give us a call at 719-301-3900. We'd love to give you just a quick snapshot of what your home will sell for in this market. And if you think you like what you see, we'd be happy to come and take pictures of your yard while it's green and the flowers are blooming and everything looks pretty, because dormant yards don't look as pretty as yards that are green. That way, you've got the photos, we'll store them for you. And then when you're ready to sell, when you go on the market, your home stands out against all those people that have brown and dormant yards. So it's important for a home seller to plan this thing out however they want to do it. Number one is get your destination lined up. Now, not everybody does that. And during the bidding war period, there were a lot of people that were actually terrified of selling their home and having no place to go. That's not so much right now. Real estate is all about supply and demand. So if the supply is up and demand is down, that means that you're going to have more opportunities to get a yes answer when you make an offer. But get your destination lined up, I'd say, is number one. Number two is to make sure that you are prepared. So get your home prepared for sale, and we can definitely help you do that. And my coaches are telling me right now, waiting is really not your friend. If you're definitely going to do it, then maybe now is better than later. And the reason for that, especially on the buy side, is that all the expectations are that the interest rates are going to go up from where they are right now, which is mid fives, I would say, for conventional, and or probably for like the VA loans, they might be in the mid to upper fours. So the expectation is that those are going to go up. The prices are going to go up slightly, which for a buyer means a higher payment. As an example, the median home price is $475,000 with 10% down. A typical payment a year ago with those crazy low interest rates was $2,000. Now for that same house, the payment would be $2,500. And if you wait for the rates to go up again, it could be even more. So you want to be totally ready. And I take a look every single week at what's going on in the market, and we are seeing a slowdown. Now, some of this could be seasonality. Typically, we peak out with all the available homes and sales through the summer, then it drops off to the winter. From January to December, it looks a lot like a bell curve as far as how many available homes are for sale. So some of this is seasonal, but on balance, right now, I think there's about almost 2,600 total properties for sale and about 2,400 single family homes on the market. So no change from last week, which is a good thing. And the association in this MLS showed us that 23% of the home sellers lowered their price. That's a big number in just 1 week. And it was actually more this week than it was the previous week by about 6%. Only 7% of home sellers got a contract, and only just under 13% actually sold. So that meant 30 more home sellers in the last week did not catch themselves a buyer. So the way to handle this, of course, is to make sure that you hire the agent that helps you get your home positioned so that you're the best home on the block. They're talking about annual appreciation that we see all the time, and our statistics that come out, 15 to 17%. That's almost spot on to what Zillow was saying. We've already appreciated 11% this year. So when you're pricing a home, you really don't want to step on the gas. Don't ask for the moon. That's the way you get it sold. If your home is priced correctly in the first 10 to 30 days it's on the market, then you're going to get a contract if it's priced right and marketed right, but you need to hire the person that knows how to do it. And just to put that into perspective, the national appreciation projections are running about 3 or 4% is what they're saying could happen. We've always done better than that in this market. This is a great place to live. And you know what? There is a supply shortage. We basically have a quarter of the homes available than we did back in 2007 before the meltdown. New construction starts are down, although they're building all over town. And even though the foreclosures are starting, I actually just got assigned a foreclosure to sell for the VA yesterday. They are not expected to drive down the market like they did in 2008. So don't worry about this. It's going to be okay. The Gen Xers and the millennial generation are a big demographic. They're 7% larger than the baby boomers, and they need places to live. So it's going to be just fine. The sky is not falling. If you want to sell later on a time that works better for you, then it's okay. But if you are thinking of selling now, Just ask my client, we just sold their home in District 20. They listened to our guidance. They received multiple offers and they're pending for sale at above asking price. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And you can always reach Barb at 719-301-3900. Barb and her team, the only people I would recommend if you're thinking of buying, or especially right now in this market, selling your home. And we're talking about the shift in the real estate market and the sudden increase in available homes. So Barb, what are some things people thinking of making a move should plan for and perhaps expect?
Well, first thing is expect more competition. That already happened. In January, we only had 500 and some single family homes. Now we have almost 2,500. So we've got more competition. However, a normal market is about 3,400 homes on the market. So we're not really at a normal market. We're still in the seller's market. So there's lower demand. Bidding wars are going to be rare, but we're not going to see a crash in housing prices. It's just that it's kind of hard to look backwards and say, oh, your home is, worth 100 or 200,000 more just because there was a bidding war on that other house that's similar. It takes a professional to sit down and really look hard at the market, not just at what's sold in the past, but what's available now and who's getting contracts and who is not selling at all. And that's what we do for our sellers. Pricing and preparation is absolutely key. And so you want to make sure that you position the home that you're the most attractive one on the market. It starts with pricing. It's also marketing. So what always wins, no matter what kind of market we're in, is pricing your home realistically versus optimistically. And you cannot rely on historic sales. You have to use those to substantiate the sale price right now, but you really have to have somebody that knows how to look at the full picture. And we do that all the time. And the reason why we're not seeing bidding wars is there's higher interest rates, there's more competition, and of course, there's that uncertainty that the press gives us in the market. But it's okay. It's going to be okay. I'm very optimistic about how this market is going to keep strong. And if you think you're making a move, give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And if you're thinking of making that move, give Barb a call, 719-301-3900, or just visit barbhasthebuyers.com. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing the top 9 tips to avoid the fear of home inspections here in Colorado. Stay tuned for that.